Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Tier 8 Premium American Tank Destroyer, the Panserjager NM-116. Now obviously it's not really American, it's actually a Norwegian tank, but it's in the American tech tree because it's based on the American Chaffee. It's just got a Norwegian 90mm, that's pretty much the reason they probably put it in on the American tech tree because, well, there isn't a Norwegian tech tree, is there? And the NM-116 is obviously already in Cold War, and I did the tank review for this the other week when it came out. This tank is just utterly great. It's such a good tank because it's got pretty decent gun handling, although it does love to just derp shells every now and then because it's like lol. But it's got pretty decent gun handling when fully aimed. It's got incredible DPM, it's got great mobility, it's got absolutely blistering DPM with 280 alpha. I mean, with a food boost, 4.7 second reload for 280 is pretty damn strong. The fact that you have 260 odd pen as well on your standard is absolutely incredible. Add to that the 320 heat pen, and you just don't care what tier you face. You just destroy everything. The only thing to make this tank out really as a tier 8 as opposed to a 9 or 10 is the fact that it just doesn't quite have the HP. That's pretty much it. This tank is really, really good. And it's just really strong. If you play it too aggressively, obviously it's not going to go too well. But if you play it to its strengths and play it as a stealthy tank destroyer, you're going to have such good times. You can stay unspotted for so long and you can pull off some really dirty amount of damage on people. And yeah, there was actually had a game on this map where I was against an IS-3 in a similar position to what I was shooting the T-28 Proto. He didn't spot me and I took his whole health within like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It was crazy. He just never spotted me. Then you can do stuff to like that to tanks, especially ones that are blind. So yeah, in terms of a crew on the Panserjager NM-116, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, and Muffled Shot. Snapshot and Run and Gun, obviously, to make the gun 10% better, make it better while on the move, and then all the camo perks to make it just that ridiculously stealthy tank that it is. On top of the rammer, the camo net, and the optics, it just makes this tank utterly invisible a lot of the time if you play it like further back. And obviously you can make the gun then better with the gun perks to make the most of this good DPM by hitting people. So in this first game, we're on Moravanka. And on Moravanka we have pushed through the Magic Forest. They didn't really send too much there. And now we're attacking the people that are on this 1-2 line. And we're just being careful of this T-28 because the T-28 is staring at us. And it's like, okay, Mr. T-28, I don't really want that. He fires though, and it's like, well, okay, I'm just going to get rid of your Sturmpanzer friend. I'm just going to put a shot into him because obviously the Sturmpanzer is easier to pen than the T-28, and also it has a big cannon, so getting rid of that is always good. But finally, the T-28 decides that he has to focus on someone else. So now we can start putting shots into his side, and the T-28 prop finishes him off after we got a bit of damage off on it. So far, we're up to 3.7k damage with 983 assistance, and it's like, okay, we're currently a one-shot for everything else, so we're just got to make sure that we're being a little bit careful. We get a nice shot into the T-34-85. Just looking for another shot into him. He does actually hit us and destroys our turret, but fortunately enough we shut him down, and he didn't quite have the alpha to kill us in one shot anyway, which is alright. Now there's this A43 who is just not looking at us, and it's like, oh, okay, Mr. A43, I will just farm, but unfortunately he gets destroyed just before we get to fire any more shots. There's one tank left, it's a T-78. I decide, you know what, I'm going to aim the shot, put it in, and if he kills me, he kills me. I don't care at this point, because it's like, oh, I've pretty much done it. But he misses, so we're going to get up on here, we're unspotted, we'll make sure the shot is aimed in a little bit, and we finish him off. And we finished that game with a pretty nice total for the Panserjager. We finished with the epic victory, the 6 kills, 5.1k damage, 1,000 assistance, 200k credits as well, which is nice. Ace tanker, first class, top gun, 2.1k base XP. Obviously, that would be an ace normally, but it was only a first class. That's because most people are playing the pants off of this tank, because this tank is incredible. It puts up some ridiculously high scores. And naturally, with that, and being within the first week, ace tankers are hard to come by. So 2.1k base isn't an ace tanker yet. No, look at that. So now we're on the second game. And on this second game, we're on Fisherman's Bay, and we're bottom tier. We're against tier 10s. And I'm just going to go to this little position over here that I pretty much usually go to, which gives you good position to get cross shots on their team as they cross into the town. Well, this little building here can be annoying, but this Projecto 66 is quite out in the open, so we get a shot into him. As you can see, I'm just looking for the shot on the 279E, but I can't quite see it because he's not quite in the open enough. Go for the slim shot, though, on the Projecto 66 and don't quite hit it. Looking for the HE shell now, just so I can get rid of this stupid building. We get rid of that, so now we've got a clear field of view on both the Projecto 66 if he crosses into town and the 279E. That building is a frustration for both sides, so obviously clearing it for them helps them a little bit, but there's not really anything on the other side of here because we would be spotting it, or the heavy tank in front of me would be spotting it. So it's like, you know, get rid of that building, we can get some good shots across at the Projecto 66 if he decides to poke out, which he does, and we get a nice shot into his low plate. We didn't Armour rack it there, something hit him before it. But now he's gone, there doesn't seem to be anything down below. So it's like, you know what, okay, with my great heat shells and this IS-7, we're going to start pummeling this 279E if we can. Because he seems to be the only one here. So we're just going to start putting shots in. And this guy really doesn't like us, he's just looking at us. But he's gone now because he gets destroyed by Bar. Oh, the Bayer. Say it properly. He goes, gets destroyed. There's now one IS-7 that's sat back at K7, finally gets spotted. But we're going to just look across the 1-2 line now because there's a lot of stuff still alive, which means they're all along there. So we're just waiting for things to get spotted. Like this T28 prototype. So we'll get a nice shot into the side of his turret. But again, we are the Stealthy TD, so we're waiting for people to go spot things for us. We do have some, I say, they're fairly awkward shots at these guys, but the gun accuracy on this tank is not that bad. So shots like that Scorpion, which was really slim, really easy. Then this T95 gets spotted, and it's like, hello, T95? Have you been there all this time, sir? Okay, well, we have great pens, so a T95 is no problem. Especially at the side he's got. Unfortunately, that one doesn't pen. It's like, is he still there? Probably not. We'll wait for him to get spotted again. But now it's like, I'm starting to get restless, right? This is at this point where I'm starting to get restless. I'm thinking, should I go and try and spot their campers? But the T95 is the only thing that was keeping me sort of back. It was the only thing that was making me think, nah, I don't want to do that, because if he turns around, he's going to blap us, and we don't want that. But now he's spotted, we're just going to destroy him with our DPM. He's gone. Now he is. It's time. We're going to be, you know, we may be a stealthy tank destroyer, but we're also a former chaffy. So we're a light tank at heart. So we're going to go use our light tank abilities. I mean, that's where silent driving comes in, because silent driving makes it, you know, half of a light tank in the moving camo department, right? And now we're getting forward and spotting these guys for our team, because we've got a good gun line along this JK line, right? So if we keep spotting, hopefully they'll start shooting them all and giving us some juicy assistance and helping us out here so that we don't take all the attention. Now this King Tiger pops out, or Tiger 2, it is a King Tiger. He gets a shot at us, unfortunately, but we do get a few shots into him. Now the Chisel's poking, it's like, no. I'm not doing that, Mr. Chisel. Not today. So we pull back and make sure that we're not getting shot at by him or these guys. But now we're pulled into a position behind these bushes. I was kind of hoping to get unspotted, but we're just not quite there. And we're getting really spotted by the guy that was along the H line. Now we are unspotted. And we can use these bushes in front of us to use our great camo and hopefully not get spotted while we are shooting at them. But we're just trying to pop some shots in. The Chisel gives us the side of his turret, so we get a nice shot into the side of his turret there. We'll just hopefully get another one in, which we do, and he pulls back, so we're not getting any more shots there. There's still two TDs somewhere along this H line, maybe. The M46 pops up. We get a nice shot into him. It wasn't really that well aimed either, so we'll take it. But now I'm thinking, right, I kind of want to go forward again and try and spot these guys so that the guys can progress along the JK and, again, give me assistance. We're up to 5k damage so far as well, which is really nice in a bottom tier matchup. Get another shot snapped into that Chisel, which is great. Just looking for another shot, but can't quite find it. So it's like, okay, you know what? It's time. It's time. We're gonna, because this tank also has pretty decent gun depression as well, except for over the rear. You've got to remember that it doesn't really have any gun depression over the back. So we're going to get up to this ridge line and use pretty good gun depression. So now we have we're flanked, we're going to start pummeling these shots in. I'm thinking, should I get some HE for this Waffle Panzer IV? The answer is yes, we shall. We've got one shot of AP in, now we've got the HE in, slap the shell in for 373. But that pulls him down to a one shot, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. He's gone. Shut down the Waffle Panzer IV, sit up to 6.5k damage. Can we get the final shot in on the chisel? Apparently not. So we finished the game with 6.5k damage and 513 assistance. A really nice game for the Panserjager. The victory, 3 kills, 6.5k damage, 513 assistance, that's 7k combined. Ace Tanker, Confederate, the high caliber, 2.3k base XP. That's what you need to get an ace. A really nice game for the Panserjager and a bottom tier matchup. Honestly, it's a tank that is incredible top tier, and when bottom tier, it's still a really, really solidly stealthy TD with a great gun and great DPM. It's an absolutely fantastic tank and well worth it. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.